Hello, guys, and how is everybody doing today? We are back with the off-season hurricane outlook and discussion, the very first one of the year. And today we are going to be looking at sea surface temperatures and how hot they really are for this point of the year. May I remind you, it's only April 1st, and some of these water temperatures I'm going to be showing you guys are super, super hot. So, with that being said, let us start off with the CDAS sea surface temperature anomalies. These are based on the 30-year chronological, you know, years, as they say, because they go by 30 years, right? And I'm surprised this hasn't changed the 1991 to 2021 because, this is coming past. So, as you can see, here's our 3.4 region right in here. And as you can see, there's still pretty cool there. I mean, obviously, it's not as cool as it once was. We had a very fairly strong La Nina last year, and we're now approaching a weak La Nina to a cool neutral at this point in time. But whether it is warm neutral, cool neutral, or La Nina, it is still not a El Nino. So I would expect a very busy hurricane season this year. Um, but as you can see here, this region right here, where you see near Africa, um, this used to be warm. So you can see it's cooling down a little bit again. So we'll see how this branches out and heads west with the easterlies. Because I did hear from a few sources that we were going to be getting an easterly event. So westerlies that'll force the water to become warmer. Easterlies is colder, I believe. Um, but yeah, as you can see, it's still relatively cool here in the Enso region here of the 3.4. And as you can see over here in the Atlantic, man, it's really boiling here. We're talking about anywhere from 2 degrees to even 4 degrees above average here in the Western Atlantic, parts of the Gulf of Mexico, and we got a few warm spots here in the Caribbean as well. But in the Caribbean is mostly neutral here. Um, let's go look at the MDR region here. As you can see, it's pretty cool actually. But I do forecast this to change as we go forward in time a little bit, especially with the temperatures I'm about to show you here, like really shortly here. Um, I feel like this is going to change in very short order here. All right, here we are. We're going to take a look at the Nino 3.4 index here. And as you can see, this is all the way to pretty much the end of the year last year to the start of the year. And as you can see, we were down to -1 degree Celsius below the long term average. And it's a borderline moderate La Nina, okay? And as you can see, as we went out through time, it stayed pretty even with it for a while, but then you started to notice an upward tick here at the end of January going into February. And it's pretty much been on a roller coaster ride ever since, and then a big leap up for March, March to mid March, pretty much, or early March to mid March here, and it's been pretty. And then it's going on another roller coaster ride here, and it looks like it's going on a downward trend. So I do expect this to continue at least through April. I don't know, you know, what May or June they're gonna have in store for us when it comes to, you know, how far up or down the Nino 3.4 index will go. Um, in my opinion, I think we're gonna be heading towards a La Nina again. Probably not as strong as last year's, but we'll probably end up getting into the La Nina territory somewhere between, I'd say July and the peak of hurricane season. So I would stay tuned for that. Um, and really pay attention to that, because if that happens, I can see us going into a really really busy hurricane season. Not like we had last year, but uh, you'll find out what my current thoughts are here in short order. Probably not today, but sometime in the very near future, I will put up my numbers for the season. All right, here are the look at the temperatures globally around the world, and you can see it's really really boiling hot here east of Africa with some 31 degrees Celsius waters. Um, and that pretty much expands westward or eastward into the Pacific, as you can see. So here is the 3.4 region. As you can see, there's some green shades in there, and that's indicative of a cool neutral. Pretty much like we're in right now, about negative 4 degrees below average um, in that region. So here in the Atlantic, you can see that in the MDR region, we're piping, man. We're really piping. We are 28, 29 degrees Celsius. That's pretty much the upper 80s to low 90s. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all progresses west and northward as we go throughout the months to come. Um, and as we go into the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, the 26s and 27s are starting to creep up into the Gulf of Mexico. But I don't think this really tells the picture. It does, but it doesn't at the same time. What I'm about to show you is an actual graphic from a bona fide meteorologist from right here in Florida. Um, Zach Covey here, and as you can see, you can look at these water temperatures. These are in the 80s. Like this is, as you can see, this is the Gulf Stream right here, right? As you can see, there's 80s, 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 80s. 80s all across the board here. And as you look at these pinks in light pinks here, this is indicative of lower to mid 90s. This is Fahrenheit, guys. This is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And to remind you guys, this is April. This is April that we're in right now. And these water temperatures are only going to expand more west and north as time goes by. So I'm really, really worried about some homegrown monsters and some long tracked monsters this season. And you hate to see it, but it looks like it's gonna be a thing. If, but this is only one ingredient to the picture that we need. Here in a few days, or maybe even tomorrow, I'm going to have another outlook and discussion, and we're going to be talking about wind shear and other factors that prohibit or help the growth of hurricanes and tropical systems in the Atlantic. Anyways, as you can see here in the Caribbean, this is piping hot too. So we got 90s coming in, 90s, and shades of 90s coming in here in the North Caribbean. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And I wish I had some good news for you, but I don't. I don't really have any good news for you. I'm not gonna take any ganders yet of what the hotspots are yet, at least for this video. But soon I will have where I think the hotspots are for this season as well as we go forward throughout the rest of the year. All right. Anyways, this has been my first outlook of the year. Stay tuned this week for some more videos. I might go over history of storms too as we get closer to hurricane season. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys, and stay safe out there. Be ready. Um, we learned a lot from last year's hurricane season. There's no reason why we should not implement that into this hurricane season and be extra ready for this season to come. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.